Wow, cool. That's so
Okay,
cool.
hello.
Hi.
Now, can you hear something then when I just press like
Yeah, I can.
no, but could you hear that thing that's supposed to be applause?
Yeah, I heard it.
Oh, for some reason I can't hear that. What a weird thing. Drum roll bongos. Yeah. Anyway, hello there, John, and welcome to Damn Good Coffee Time today. It is the 6th of the 6th, 2026. Obviously a very significant date there. And thank you
Oh,
for coming
wow,
on.
it is.
I didn't realise that. That
That's so creepy.
um, if they were doing another version or sequel to The Omen, this is when they should be releasing it, isn't it?
Yeah, I guess so.
In fact, 20 years ago, there was the remake of The Omen and they released it on the 6th of the 6th.
Oh, did they?
That's, they
I
did,
didn't
yeah.
know that.
Although that was a terrible film, the remake they made of The Omen. I don't know if you've ever seen it.
I can't remember. I might have.
Well, it was almost like a shot for shot but remake, but there was also a new one maybe a couple of years ago called The First Omen. So yeah,
Yeah, these
that
remakes are
was
getting so old and tired.
it wasn't a remake, but it was a sort of a prequel to it about this nun and stuff.
Yeah, that sounds
It was
ridiculous.
it was serviceable, but nothing's particularly great. Some people seem to give it good reviews, but I was not so keen.
Did you see it in
Blimey,
the
that's a
theater?
bit. Yeah, I did. Yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
It has this sort of scene at the end where you briefly glimpse the devilish jackal type creature. You know, in the original, they say that he was born of a jackal. Hmm.
I don't
It's all
remember
a bit.
that.
It's all pretty confusing there. Or at least it was for me. So. um, right. Well, okay. You suggested that we do an hour-long video just talking about Corey Feldman. Um,
Yeah, definitely.
Not quite so sure about that, but you've watched a new documentary about him.
Yeah, it's called Corey Feldman versus the World.
Mm, mm.
I think it was being sarcastic.
Well, there's that film Scott Pilgrim versus the World, isn't it, or something like that?
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know.
But
Well,
Corey
it's
Feldman
suitable
has
enough, I
this.
suppose. Yeah.
Corey Feldman gives off this "I'm sorry for myself" aura.
Yeah.
Where all he does is he tries to make everything about him.
Well, at the same time, in that he manages to really make some great, music and contributions, like some great concerts, and doesn't it? So it's worth it. Do you not think?
Not really.
So, I mean, do you see any good performances in this actual um in the actual video, that's the documentary, I mean, sorry. Sorry, I'm messing around with the background here. But I was trying to get an image of Corey Feldman on, but don't think it's letting me with a free subscription. I mean,
They
how
show
was the
clips of
documentary?
they show clips of him in concert, and he's just terrible. He's got this weird ego about him that's just really awful. He thinks like he's so
Hmm.
delusional. Like people just go to make fun of him, and he doesn't think so. He thinks he's like this rock star type, and he's not. A lot of people think he's pulling an Andy Kaufman on us.
Mm. Well, perhaps he thinks he's doing that as well to some degree, but it's not working very well. And it just comes off embarrassing, really. Okay. Like there's a clip I wanted to play of if it lets me on here. How am I supposed to put this on there? Anyway, whilst I'm just trying to get this clip on and stuff, just f- feel free to talk, John. You know,
Sorry, my
sorry if I'm
stomach's
not doing
bothering me today.
sorry if I'm not doing a very good job.
Oh, it's
But
fun.
anyway, we can have a quick look at this clip of Limmy, who's a Scottish comedian he gets obsessed with certain things, and Corey Feldman was one of those. This is him finding a HQ clip of Corey Feldman singing "Honesty," and he's like, amazed.
Right now, this man. Here we go now. What?
I don't see anything.
Here we go.
Look at the fucking quality of this! No, no, no. That's not remastered, right? That's not upscaled.
It's not really. It's not playing the music of the clip and stuff. So, for some reason,
I
it was
played a little
playing.
of the music.
Could you hear it very well?
I heard it a little bit, yeah.
Hmm. Well, anyway, we'll just have to do without playing clips. I mean, what did you think anyway of the documentary, Corey Feldman v. the World as a whole?
I think he was trying to be honest, but he kept stopping. He probably kept stopping it. I guess he was too in control of it or whatever. It was pretty good though. I mean, it showed you like his manipulation tactics and stuff like that.
I thought it was sort of totally independent of his control.
I would think so too, but it seemed to push back a little bit.
Okay.
You know, it was like every time they get close to something, they kind of switch to something else.
Okay. All right. So it never really came down that hard on him, as such.
Not really. I mean, they showed a little bit of him being an asshole, but not too much.
Mm. Okay. And you also watched the sequel to This Is Spinal Tap.
Yeah, that was, I don't know how I feel about that yet. It was pretty good. They played it safe. They stayed at their own age instead of trying to catch lightning in a bottom twice. So, I mean, it was okay. Hold on a sec. No, thanks. Um, just got distracted. Sorry. You still there?
This is Spinal. This is Spinal Tap 2. The end continues. Yeah. Yeah, John, I'm still here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Maybe you thought it was a bit tame.
I don't know, like how I would describe it. It's hard to describe. I mean, it was funny and it had its moments, but I mean, you can't compare it to the original. I hate being a cliche, but it was still pretty good, though.
A fair effort, then.
I mean, if you haven't seen it yet, I would see it.
Well, I've got access to it, so I will watch it. I mean, I've only seen This is Spinal Tap a long time ago when I recorded it on TV, that kind of thing. I remember finding it, I mean, pretty funny in its own way. It was like a convincing documentary, wasn't it? The first one. You could
Yeah,
almost think it was real if it wasn't so ridiculous. But then, watching a documentary about Iron Maiden would probably be just as ridiculous at that stage, around that kind of time.
I think so. That's what they were shooting for. Is ridiculous.
Yeah, that the Iron Maiden type of thing, but I'm not sure which other bands exactly they were parodying, but I suppose any big rock acts around that type of time,
Yeah.
like, I don't know, Led Zeppelin or Kiss, one of your favorites.
It looks like they used the Kiss stage to do the concert footage.
What, in the first one? Or...
No, the second one.
Oh, all right. Okay. Hello to AI Reads My Diaries. Thank you as our single viewer. I really appreciate that. How are you doing? And what have you been watching of late or over the last long time that since I've not been doing videos and stuff? I mean, I've been to see quite a few things at the cinema, but not really a lot of them stand out that much for me. I did go and see The Drama with Robert Pattinson and Zendaya. That was all right. That was quite good. And I saw Michael, of course. So I've watched quite a lot of different things on TV, I suppose.
Well, like
Generally.
what?
Well, I watched all of the latest season of Euphoria. It was its third series, which also features Zendaya, Sydney Sweeney, Jacob Elordi, a lot of these, new young actors. Um, it's the first two seasons are set in school pretty much, or around school, whilst they're still in high school, basically. And then this third season, it's like it goes forward a number of years, and they've left school and stuff. So it viewers complained about that initially when it started this third season. When it first started this third season, I initially thought this is just not as good,
Hmm.
but it was going for something completely different, really, like a pretty epic style with Western type imagery and widescreen set all over different parts of the US, and it dealt with quite explicitly dealt with drugs coming in from Mexico. drug gangs, this kind of thing. There's that element to it. Sort of brothel type, well, I'm not sure about a brothel, but it's basically a lap dancing club, which has a um, prostitution thing going on, I suppose. But yeah, the third season is far more overblown, so it lacked the qualities of the first two seasons, where there's more of a intimate kind of concentration on the characters and things. This one was all more about action and stuff going on.
Hmm.
Yeah, like you, AI reads my diaries. I've watched The Pit, by the way. Um, I've watched all of The Pit, the first season and then the second season. It's set in Pittsburgh. It's set in a ER, like in the original show ER, and it shares the actor Noah Weil, who is in ER, but it's sort of different in that every hour of the show, or each episode of the show, which is different timings, like 45 minutes or so, concentrates on an hour of the shift for the workers in the pit, in the ER. So each season there's probably, I think, about 15 or 16 episodes, and that covers like 16 hours or 15 hours of a shift, like a long shift. Mm. And
That's really interesting.
it's kind of different from previous hospital dramas in that I don't know, there's just a lot going on. It's very fast, it's pretty fast paced, but it's also deals with some pretty um, serious health issues, as well as obviously emergencies coming in. Like I remember in the first episode of the first season, there's a woman who somebody says she was pushed onto the um, metro line or whatever, the train line in Pittsburgh, and anyway, her leg has been, as they describe it, degloved, and you see like the bare leg, with all the flesh and skin of it pushed up, and what happened in the accident. So it's pretty gruesome in that sense. In that way, it has some pretty gruesome imagery. Mm. There's another scene where there's this black fella comes in, and he I don't know why they had to have a black guy in this, but he's taken two injections or something into his penis for getting an erection, and he can't get it to go down. So they have to sort of give him something, or they have to suck out stuff from his penis. It's somehow deflate it a bit. You do see everything, of course. I mean, they're obviously using a prosthetic for that, but as a whole, though the series is pretty involving, and you feel like you're there with the cast. Um, One of the young doctors in it is played by Bryan Cranston's daughter.
Right.
And she seems to be a bit kind of in the autism, uh, a bit autistic perhaps, and she's got a sister who's autistic, but it doesn't go into a lot about their personal lives or anything like that. There's just a little bit of that. It's entirely confined to the ER, you see. There might be one or two scenes where it's not. That's it. As
I gotta look at
as
that.
AI, as the person in the chat, AI reads my diary, says there's another episode where you see the baby crowning coming out. I mean, everything is depicted like very, very realistically. Yeah, you do see them like um, basically cut open someone's chest, and like pull it apart, and see the heart and everything in there, and they're massaging the heart. It's really, really, you get to see everything, and it's like they do mention how like someone comments, oh, there's no blood, and they're like, there's no blood. It surprises people that there's no blood in that part of the body, kind of slushing about as such. It's just the organs. They
Sounds pretty
say, oh,
gross.
the blood is in the stomach. Yeah, it's not a gross out drama or like show like in that sense. It's not a horror film at all, John. And I find it very engaging and entertaining. It's very popular amongst a lot of people. It's a very popular show, I believe. So,
Mm. It
no,
sounds interesting. I would watch that.
I really recommend it. But um, something very bad is going to happen on Netflix. I've watched the first episode, I believe, and I was somewhat slightly intrigued by it, but at the same time, maybe with these shows, you always have to continue after the first episode. You can't really judge it on one episode.
Mhm.
So, as I'm sure AI reads my diaries. I don't know what else to call you, but AI reads my diaries. So, I think you'd probably tell me the same if you watched a lot of it. I like to watch UK dramas as well. So there's a new one that I've started watching called Tiptoe with Alan Cumming and David Morrissey in it.
Yeah, that's
Uh,
playing here in the States too.
is it? It's
Looks kind of funny.
well, basically, Alan Cumming is the next door neighbour to David Morrissey's character, and Alan is Cumming. Sorry, plays a gay bar owner in Manchester's. I believe so. Yeah, Manchester's gay village. And one of David Morris's sons is seems to be gay. Well, definitely seems to be gay. Uh, because there's a scene where Alan Cumming is searching on a kind of a gay app and finds him. One of these ones that gives you how close somebody is to you as well. A real grinder type of thing. But not that I'm personally familiar with Grinder, but yeah, I've seen them in dramas and things. And this gay son has got certain issues, and they start discussing it privately, which, as his neighbour, is probably ill-advised. Bad idea, and it's going to go badly because you see the repercussions and things right from the beginning. I don't actually like it when a show does that, where it shows you the end at the beginning, particularly because I do think it's just a lazy way of trying to get the audience hooked. Like, and then they're just sort of looking like, oh, how will the outcome um, come about? Basically, after the scenes we see at the start, flash forwards.
Yeah, those can be kind of lazy.
And it seems to be a common thing that happens in shows. I'm looking forward to The Wanted Man on Apple TV. They haven't announced a release date yet, but it's going to be great. I don't know anything about that one, but Hugh Laurie and Thandie Newton are in it. It just looks quite okay, I suppose. But I don't really know. I mean, it's just a thriller from what I can read here, but sure, you're right about it. AI. Apple TV has just started its series version of Cape Fear as well.
They made a series out of it? That's
Yeah,
weird.
it's got Javier Bardem playing the Max Cady character, isn't it? But it looks very similar to be, pulling imagery from the Cape Fear film by Scorsese, for instance, and it just surprises me in a way that I don't know that they're that kind of it's lazy, really. And it's sort of making something like that. Is there really an audience for it? I mean, presumably there must be.
Can't believe they made a series out of that movie.
Yeah, yeah. Amy Adams is the wife in it. I don't know who else is in it actually. You're very quiet today, John. It's obviously you've got some kind of stomach problem, right?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I wasn't expecting to feel lousy today.
No, I'm not, just being open about everything. It's no point really
No, I was
not
looking
being
forward to doing this too.
in any other way, really. AI reads my diaries. You worked on it. You worked on the series, The Wanted Man. Did you? Is that what you mean? Or you worked on Cape Fear? And anyway, if you did, what do you mean? What did you do? What was your involvement? I'm interested to hear. Yeah, I've oh yeah, have you heard of the TV show called A Good Girl's Guide to Murder?
No.
No, all right, okay. Well, it's a BBC one, but that's quite good, quite decent.
Did you see the crash, the documentary on that girl who killed two of her friends in a car accident?
No, I didn't. Did you watch it?
Yeah, it was really disturbing. This
That's
girl,
on that's on Netflix, isn't it?
yeah. I mean, just her like attitude and the way she's acting is. I mean, she just killed two people, and it was just really. You should see it. It's really,
Yeah, I will watch that one.
yeah. I mean, she
I
thinks,
watch a few documentaries sometimes.
yeah.
It would intrigue me that one. It's, I believe. I mean, from what you're saying in it, she's sort of very lacking in remorse, and
Yeah, she doesn't show any remorse. She thinks that Kim Kardashian's gonna get her out of jail because she thinks she's innocent. she rammed her car into a wall on purpose. And I have no idea how she survived the accident. I really don't. But yeah,
But
it's
this, she's got two passengers in the car, two friends of hers when she does it.
yeah, one was her boyfriend and one was a friend. And she went into the wall at like 90 miles an hour.
Mm.
And she knew the wall was there.
So, I mean, what is there any motivation for why she would do that? What was going on in her head to do that?
They don't really explain that. It was just sort of like yeah, they don't explain it.
I mean, she's very young, isn't she? She's only about 18 or something.
Yeah, she's either
Right.
like 18 or 20 or something like that. She's very young. I think she's got life in prison for it.
I mean, they often mention how someone that young, their brain's not fully developed until they get into the 20s or so.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, still, she must have been aware of what she was doing. I mean, from what little I know of it, you would think she has some kind of mental illness, really.
Her parents are even worse. Her parents aren't taking it seriously at all. I mean, they're just so flippant about the whole thing.
Presumably, she was angry about something.
That's all I could think of, really. Because they said that they were
Well,
constantly fighting.
Well, maybe I don't know. Maybe she was trying to injure herself by doing that, but it didn't turn out like that. I don't understand. I wonder how, like, she survived and was fine, and her two passengers both perished. How is that? How did
She
that happen?
probably had like an airbag or something.
And maybe her passengers didn't have their seatbelts on, or
But it's really disturbing.
is it? Is it in parts, or
I think it's only like an hour.
yeah, it's just one documentary, isn't it? One
Yeah,
episode.
that's what I thought when I watched it, and it's only one part.
Hmm. Yeah, I've heard of her, and she. Uh, a major issue with it is, or with her, is that she's thinking that she's going to become a reality star, isn't she?
She already has in
Apparently.
some ways. She's so delusional. Like she has this language that her mother and her made up that nobody can
Oh,
understand.
yeah.
Like all this crazy stuff.
Yeah, I saw about that. Yeah. They kind of have this gibberish sort of way of communicating, so it's like their own private language,
Yeah.
secret code. And I think she's on TikTok and all that kind of thing. So, certainly, I hope she's not able to use anything like that. And if she's in prison and everything, well, yeah.
She thinks that nobody understands what she's saying, but they got some people in the decipher the language, and they're able to decode it. It's got something with putting the word ends ENSE at the end of each word, and and she speaks really fast. It's very peculiar.
Yeah, definitely. Have you ever seen that? Well, there's this young female who was interviewed on American TV and things like that, and she's got Tourette's. I don't know if you've ever watched something like that.
Yeah, I never saw the show, but I watched her on her TikTok or Instagram or whatever it was. I followed her on there.
She's talking to some kind of news presenter, a fairly famous one in America. Is it Jake Tapper or? She says something like "blow that up your bubble butt" and some this kind of thing.
Yeah, I saw that interview where he started laughing at her because he
Yeah, okay,
doesn't
well,
believe it's real.
it's not Jake Tapper. Not Jake Tapper. That's wrong.
No, it's oh, what the hell's his name? Oh shit. Cuomo is his last name, I think. I can't remember his first name.
Chris Como.
I think so.
Yeah.
He was fired from his original gig because he was giving advice to one of his relatives that got arrested. So now he does like this podcast type thing.
He was giving advice to one of his relatives.
Yeah, and it was he broke the rules in journalism. And yeah, so they I think he was on CNN. So they fired him. Now I guess he does podcasts now.
Okay. I don't know. I actually did watch another drama, which is there seem to be quite a few of these at the moment. s- oh, there's. Have you heard of that one that's produced, at least in part, by the BBC, called Half Man?
What is it called?
Half Man. It's
No.
got Richard Gadd and Jamie Bell in it, who was originally in when he was young, he was in Billy Elliot. Um, she's pretty good in it. I'd recommend that show to an extent. It's by the guy who wrote Baby Reindeer. I don't know if you've heard of that show.
No, I don't know that either.
Well, anyway, it's one other thing I watched. And then the other one I was going to mention, and it has it's about these two brothers who are like step brothers in Scotland, and they have a like very close relationship, unhealthily close, I suppose. And there's this degree of homoeroticism to the drama, but also just one of them is very angry and aggressive and violent as well. Some of the violence in it is extreme, and some of the gay imagery as well in a kind of a massage place, bathhouse. Quite
Yeah.
explicit, really. They seem to be showing a lot of explicit stuff in that sense these days. There's another film I watched called Pillion as well, which I'm just looking at the screen now. It's called a direct. Sorry, it says a directionless man is swept off his feet when an enigmatic, impossibly handsome biker takes him on as his submissive. But it's a little bit explicit at times. Quite more than moderately, I would say. And I'm not, I don't really jump at the chance to see that kind of stuff, to see some gay action or anything. But it just appealed to me in the sense of it being a good drama, really good drama film. It was not bad, not bad. It's who is the guy in it? Alexander Skarsgård plays the biker, and he
What
picks
the
up
hell
this
again? I'm
submissive girl,
sorry.
Pillion.
Killian.
It all centres around them being the main character or two. There's two main characters, I suppose. It centres around motorbike, sort of, and that's a kind of fetish within itself, I suppose. In a small role in it, there's the singer from Scissor Sisters.
Oh, Jake Shears.
Yeah, he's in it. Only in a few scenes, but he's like almost like an extra. But he has one scene with one of the main characters.
Yeah, Elton John's in Spinal Tap too, as well as Paul McCartney.
How does he? How does he stand up in it then?
They just act like they're his friend. And Elton John performs with them in a concert. That was funny. And the Paul McCartney part was even funnier.
Why? What did the Paul McCartney part entail?
Well, they were like, they were pretending that like they didn't really appreciate him, and they were acting like he was their rival. I mean, it was funny, like, because he came in to help them record a song or something, and they took offense to it. Because it's like a cardinal sin to offend Paul McCartney. So
They didn't like his contribution.
no,
Well, a lot of people criticise some stars like that for getting worse as they get older. But I think he's got a new album out, which has gone to #1 here, I believe.
really.
Another film that I've seen is the new version of Wuthering Heights. Would I recommend it? Possibly. It's okay. Nothing remarkable, really. It seems for the first half or so, it seems pretty good, I would say. I was a little bit less impressed by it after that. Oh yeah, Jurassic Park, Jurassic World Rebirth. It's not bad. Nothing remarkable, of course, but not bad. Entertaining enough. I did
Yeah, I
watch some
wanted
of
to
the
see that
Brock.
too.
Oh, it's all right for a new Jurassic Park World type of, one of those installments. That one was all shot on film, so they mentioned that, as being a bonus, I suppose. I suppose it does help in terms of the visuals. So, but I mean, even if they're filming it on celluloid, they've still got to add the CGI into it, haven't they?
Yeah, of course.
But it's very convincing as far as everything in special effects is concerned. It's a bit like basically the best bits of all of the other films, really.
I think the first
So-
film has got to be the most realistic.
Yeah, I mean, and probably the best, of course. Another film I've only watched some of it, is The Bride, directed by Maggie Gyllenhaal. It's got Jessie Buckley in it, Christian Bale, Peter Sarsgaard, Penelope Cruz, Annette Bening, and Jake Gyllenhaal. I'm reading this off the TV now. It's a 2 hour long film, and I only watched up to about probably 40 minutes into it or something, and I wasn't completely sold, to be honest.
Yeah, that got a lot of
Something
bad
about-
reviews.
Something about the style of it. It just, I've heard that there was studio meddling, but I mean, I can't really tell in that sense. But it just, the tone of it and just the pacing of it and stuff seems a bit odd. Just seems a bit lacking somehow. Probably if I watched the whole thing, it might stand up better. A film I do really recommend is Eddington. That's with Joaquin Phoenix, Emma Stone is in it, Pedro Pascal, Austin Butler. Yeah. A standoff between a small town sheriff and mayor sparks a powder keg as neighbors are pitted against each other in Eddington, New Mexico.
It's a town here in North Carolina, also.
Sorry? Eddington is. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a pretty good film. Eddington comes in at 2 hours 22 minutes. Important fact for you there. That's a pretty good drama thriller. I enjoyed it. It's also pretty funny as well, actually. I think it's Ari Aster who it doesn't mention that at all here. She's a bit poor, but it's a good film that I would compare it somewhat to um, one, what's it called? The One Battle After Another film. It's somewhat similar in a sense, or maybe it just came out around the same time. So
Yeah, I tried to watch that last night and I fell asleep. I'm gonna try to watch it again.
well, it's pretty useful if it managed to make you fall asleep, John.
Well, no, I mean, I didn't even get a chance to start it. Like I had it on my Netflix screen and I just drifted to sleep. So I haven't even
Netflix
started
screen.
it yet.
What do you mean by a Netflix screen?
I mean, Prime.
Oh, on a laptop.
Yeah.
Are you using a laptop now?
No, I'm using a phone now. But I have a laptop here.
It's kind of surprising how good the sound quality is with you just using a phone as well.
I know, it's really weird.
When you get it right, that is, of course. It took a bit of time to set up, but we managed
Yeah.
it. So yeah, that's one thing I watched. Eddington, I highly recommend that one. Can see on my screen Spinal Tap 2 as well, available there on Now TV. That's as is often the case, there's a lot of films that come out of America and they're just not really, they're not really that appealing. Some of them, but I did actually watch a new one that was set in London called Fuse, that dealt with an unexploded, supposedly World War II bomb, but it's not. It's been planted there as a distraction whilst there's this bank vault being raided at the same time. So all streets are cordoned off and everything, and it's a pretty good action film. Some one review said it was a bit TV movie-ish, but I didn't really find that.
That sounds interesting.
It's just an action thriller, you know, but it's a well-made one. So another film I actually did see at the cinema now that's showing on my screen is Roof Man with Channing Tatum. It's based on a true story of a criminal who hides inside a toy store, if you can believe it. Kirsten Dunst as well is in it. It's
Yeah, I remember seeing the
on-
trailer for that.
yeah. Originally, he breaks into McDonald's through the roofs and steals money from them, I presume, and he does that with a lot of them. But he's on the run. Anyway, it's based on a real story, apparently. So. Sorry. I could see another one available, a brand new film on the Dead Man's Wire. The thriller type film. Not seen that one. Could be an okay action thriller, I suppose. American, of course. And then there's the Running Man remake, which I've watched quite a lot of. Obviously, I wasn't massively overwhelmed by it. Otherwise, I would have finished watching it. So it's like slickly made and everything. Directed by Edgar Wright, but it's just not very engaging, you know. So, another remake as well, you know. You think, God, can't they think up something new? It seems to be a massive dearth of creativity, really. All they want to do is just keep mining the past. Mm. So, yeah, I haven't really got much more to add now at this moment. I actually did watch a 3-part documentary about Kylie Minogue. That's on Netflix, which I recommend for what it's worth. Nothing that amazing, but yeah, it's all right. And yeah, we may as well just leave it there now anyway, because I've
Okay.
run out of stuff to talk about. So
All right.
we're now at 53 minutes or so. So thank you for coming on, John, today.
Thanks for having me.
We'll have to catch up again soon.
Definitely.
Okay, well, thank you for now, and we'll talk soon then, all right?
All
And
right.
to anyone watching, thank you for watching. All the best from me. Bye for now. Bye.
Bye.